The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
そうだ。テレビつけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメ。
よりによって。
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
ワクワク。
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Grifter Zone.
Good moo! Oh, you found your moo!
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken
Phrasing.
out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. No. How is it my fault? What? The bragging gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say? People are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on. But that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
He's jealous. Fuck yeah. Been knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. Yes.
Okay. I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cock Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so that
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends?
Titty
Did your social
freakers.
credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, flak jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter
I breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
pro-black Twitter hoes.
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
Drops, retard. Robocock.
Good job, Daddy, not going on that incel show. I'm gonna buy you that Switch too now.
With a dick in her ass. What? Are you? Oh yeah.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm shocked. Oh.
Bruh.
Do it the other way so y'all can. Oh, baby, I'm shocked. Oh, can you stop? Oh, I'm finna come. Oh,
Can you stop? Oh, fuck out of here, bro. I was in a state of shock.
Look at these bitches complaining about the intro again. Nobody cares.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys. We are live, we are live, we are live. We're gonna dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, boys, bring it in, man. Bring it in right. Bring it in. Let's go. Hurry up. Come on, let's go. Hurry up. Bring it in right now. It's a brand new week. It's Sunday. Bring it in. Come on, man. Bring it in. Come on. Hug it out. Hug it out. Let's go. Let's go. I want to see everybody hugging it out. All right. All right. We're off to a good start. We're off to a good start. Hug it out. Let's go. Okay. All right. All right. There it is. There's the hugs. There's the hugs. All right. Listen very closely. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. Like it. Like it right now. If you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else right now, you too sell your booty hole just to get a Nintendo Switch 2.
Good job, Daddy, not going on that incel show. I'm going to buy you that Switch 2 now.
Oh, like the stream. Like the stream. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, definitely titty check. Balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today? Guys, we got a lot we got to go over. We got a lot of trailers to go over. A lot of gameplay trailers to go over, man. There's some video games that I'm very interested in to see and learn more. So we definitely got a lot of trailers to go over. We got a new SBI game, new drama regarding SBI to go over. But what are we checking? What are you guys checking today? Let's see. Gooter Dame says sugar check. Okay, fair enough. Gamer Nurse Gale says new Gundam check. Okay, fair enough. Back from a weekend at a con check. Okay, fair enough. Reporting for duty check. Nice. There is no sex in your violence check. Okay, fair enough. More remasters check. Okay. All right. What else we got? Demon Slayer Infinity Castle check. Okay. Grilled cheese sandwich check. Very nice. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy that one. We got did someone say Gumpla check? Nice. Arkham City is still awesome check. Okay. Coffee check. We don't have a coffee company. There is only 4K check, according to Sonia. I'm glad she remembers. Training my body check. Very nice. Mind break check. Okay. Battlefield cucking Call of Duty. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. It's hilarious, by the way. We're going to talk about that. Sonia Fuda Queen check. Okay. Fair enough. Testicular Fortitude check. All right. What else we checking, man? Beardo check? Oh, no. BioWare is cook check. I mean, it's been like that for a while. Let's be real. All right, guys. Listen, our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Let's like the stream. Come on, boys. Let's do the Big Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now. Aside from former Kotaku journalists, Black Samurais that unfortunately did exist at one point but no longer do, and people that constantly complain about the fucking intro. And
Look at these bitches complaining about the intro again. Nobody cares.
Always remember. Nobody should have given me AI, bro. That's like the worst thing you could have done. Mystic Vegeta. We got Matthew with the Hero Priest. What's up, Matthew? How you doing? We got Hound. What's up, Hound? Chaotic Holy. We got Make 7. What's up, Make 7? We got Laughing Man. He says, I leave for one waifu battle. Hey, man, that's how it goes. She's been dethroned, man. Dethroned. You love to see it. We got Monkey Man 04. We got Gooter Damas. We got Faye. We got Sonia Lisette. We got Yamato 85. We got Courageous Kirsten. We got Adam Jubin on Rumble. We got Sav D Gaming. What's up, man? We got Ali Kusanagi. Creepier 07. We got Lock PSB. Well, it's Fortnite, not Fortnite. Did I spell it wrong? Did I spell it? Whoops. You know what? That's okay. Because we still have almost 500 people in here already. We're just getting started, baby. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everybody clearly understood the assignment. I spelled it wrong. Whoops. That's okay. It is what it is. It's now officially called Fortnite. For today. Just for today. Jimmy Collins. Andrew Bonifacio. We got Skeg. We got Matt Fun Cool. We got Marius. Mughal. Blanca. Magdi. Mr. Melancholy. Limitless Andre. What's up, man? We got Christopher Lloyd. We got Skeg. Roll Some Joint. We got our cuz. Demon Carol. Old Man Cad. Deku Leader. We got Nick Havoc. We got Raven Rainfall. We got Derek Smith. We got Romanizer 24. Oliver Adam. Valkyrie Winter. What's up, Valkyrie? We got Hex and Hammer. Dank for Days. What's up, Dank for Days? 17 Crash. We got Molding Man. What's up, man? We got Adair Soto. We got Albert. How you doing, Albert? You missed the new clip? It's okay. I'll play it again at some point. We got Blue Octopussy. We got Byron Obsidious over on Rumble. We got The Voice in the Water. Alice Lovely. Lionheart. We got Commander Sonok. Iron Man Rich, the Swag Lord. We got Yokai Dragon. Fuck that. We got Barry Dixon Butts. We missed you, Barry Dixon Butts. How you doing, man? Welcome back. We got Lee Foster. We got War Wizard for the 199. We got King Demon Wing, the absolute legend. The Madman Mars. We got Fat Roller. Shout out to Fat Roller. We got Full Metal Paperclip. The Gaming Mason of the High Priest of the Cult of McDuggins. We got Rodoka, the True Aztec Warrior. We got, who else is here, man? Let me scroll down a little bit. D Draconic over on Rumble. Chicken Senpai BB. The Bushmeister. What's up, dude? Okai Fern. Reaper Knight. Rune with the Power of the Monkey. Son of Mr. Vengeance. Gamer Nurse Gale. Ava says I'm late in game. Dragon Master. Violent City. Tanya Raven. Vardamus. God, everybody's here today, boys. But hold on. We got 4 more people. 4 more people. And then we got to get on with the show. We got Beautiful Zexel. Mystic Vegeta. Again. We got Oliver Adam. Frenchie 07. Doo-doo Brownies. We got Ali Kusanagi. We got Nico. We got Deku Leader. Pasta Sauce. Pasta Sauce. We got Valkyrie Winter again. Buffoon Takumi. We got the Good Room. We got Branford. Alucard. Asura. D-Mag. Schmexy. Chaotic Holy. Carl Singh. Lord Bowser II. And last but not least, we got Pizza Cat Leet and Dara Jalen and Mark 63366. That's a lot of numbers, man. All right, man. Listen, I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member. Let's see who is going to get the final call-out money shot today. Who is it going to be? Who is going to get the final call out? Come on, boys. Who is it going to be? We got Old Man Cad starting us off. Booty hole protected by Mercanti's ugly face. No one wants to nut on that. Go down ×5, obliterating all protections with Sonya. Anal beats. No lube and hours of CNN. Fuck your feelings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. King Demon Wing says, roll some joint. You ain't cooked enough. I ain't drunk enough.
Holy shit.
You sure you're not drunk enough? Are you sure? Are you sure you're not drunk enough? Because listen, you might want to start drinking. You might want to start drinking. Because King Demon Wing, congratulations. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
Holy shit.
What the? Like the stream, boys. Like the stream. Old man Cad caught a legend with the money shot. That's crazy, man. All right, guys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about today. In all seriousness, man, we're having a good time today. We're hyped. We got energy. It's the beginning of the week, boys. You know how it always goes. It's going to be a good time today. We got a lot on the docket today. A lot of trailer reactions. Not really trailers. They're more like clips, but regardless. We're going to be checking out some Resident Evil Requiem gameplay, seeing what that's about. We got a couple of minutes of gameplay that I want to kind of look over. We're going to be talking about Silent Hill F a little bit, talk about the numbers in comparison to some other Silent Hill titles. Some people are saying the game's not doing that well, but in all honesty, it's doing just about what Silent Hill games tend to do. That's neither good nor bad, but we're going to talk about it regardless anyway. We're also going to talk about the Parasite Eve-inspired sci-fi horror game called Parasite Mutant, which was announced for PS5 PC. I am super excited about that. We got to go over that, boys. We have to go over that. And then we're going to talk about the Battlefield 6 trailer that has been completely making fun of Call of Duty, roasting the shit out of it. I like this. I like this direct competition. You know what I mean? Let's not do this coded language shit. Let's just flat out do direct competition. I like it. So let's do that. And then one of the main topics today is going to be about a brand new game called Winter Burrow. It's a video game that otherwise most people would not even probably talk about or care about. But the reason why people are talking about it is because, quite frankly, it is a Sweet Baby Inc. game. And they are in full damage control to the point where they are banning literally everybody who even remotely mentioned Sweet Baby Inc. on their Steam forums. They're banning people off of the Discord server. They started banning people so much that people got pissed, and now they have completely overwhelmed their Steam forums to the point where they can't ban everyone. It's impossible at this point. I have it screen capped, so if it's gone, I won't lose it. But I have a screen cap where the entire the forums are all literally just about SPI. So they're getting completely fucking destroyed, and we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. So and on top of that, like I said, we got a ton of fucking fast topics, man. We got Fortnite. Fortnite is getting fucking lambasted right now because they're deciding to take out what is called Peacemaker or whatever's fucking dance, and they didn't realize it was a Nazi dance. All kinds of drama. Interesting stuff, man. So before we get into any of that, let's go over the number one segment on YouTube, the number one segment on Rumble, the number one segment all around the galaxy. This segment is none other than the pre-stream legend.
Money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat, money.
As salty as the sea, calling us code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
Hell yeah, boys. Let's go with the pre-stream legends, ladies and gentlemen. I also forgot to say we're going to talk about Ghosts of Yotei too. My bad. I completely forgot. I forgot to mention the thumbnail fucking conversation. That's insane. But in any case, it's all good. Yeah, we're going to talk about Ghosts of Yotei. Guys, this has to be probably the most extreme start to a pre-stream legend that we have ever seen. By far, ladies and gentlemen. We've been having pre-stream legends for almost 2 years now. And King Demon Wing started us off with an absolutely insane membership train that we haven't seen the likes of since that Friday a couple of weeks ago. King Demon Wing started off the pre-stream legends with an absolutely insane 50 membership ultra Hyper Banger. This fucking guy got us to almost tier 1 just on his own. It's absolutely insane. And it was so funny. I was in the chat and our poll was broken. Like our poll was not working for some reason. So I just jokingly, I literally jokingly said to King Demon Wing when we were talking about the poll, I was like, all right, nuke it. Like I told him, nuke the fucking poll. And then he drops 50 memberships. And the crazy thing is, like, first off, I didn't mean that. Like, that was not what I meant. And second off, after he dropped 50 memberships, guess what happened? The fucking poll started working. I shit you not. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. So insane, man. Shout out to King Demon Wing for the 50 membership ultra hyper banger. That's absolutely insane, bro. That is one way to fucking start off a pre-stream Legends, man. God damn. And then he follows it up with a 5 and he says, why did the snowman buy a bag of carrots? He wanted to pick his nose. And we're back. Shout out to King Demon Wing. Thank you so much for the extra 5 on top of the 50 memberships. I appreciate that, man. Insane. Absolutely insane. And then we got Dark Exile. Dark Exile continuing the membership train with a 5 membership. Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's a way of life. Mucha lucha. Shout out to Dark Exile. Thank you so much, bro, for the 5 membership banger. I appreciate that, man. Fucking legend. Then we got BioT-Wolf 19 with a 5. I went to a costume party with a girl on my back. I told him I'm a turtle. Someone asked me, who is that girl on your back? I told him it's Michelle. Get it? It's Michelle. Nice. Barry Stroud with a 5. Why are mountains funny? Because they're hill areas. Nice. Mr. Melancholy with a 2. Erica Ishii is a PR catastrophe. Yep, she is, and yet for some reason she's praised and loved by so many, even though she has openly admitted to being a part of a now terrorist organization. But apparently that's okay, I suppose. Demon Carol for 11 months of legendary status. You are getting Yotei, right? Just so you can practice mowing lawns. That is a negative. That is a negative.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
That is a negative, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. Then we got The Beast with a 2. Says aloha and blessing bigots. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Much love. Much love. Gamer Nurse Gale with a 5 says I got called a fascist, Antifa, scared of women on X for not getting Ghosts of Yotei. I'm neither of these, and I won't ever support slop like this game. I believe you, and they believe you too, but they're just going to act like they don't, just to fucking egg you on. So shout out to you, Gamer Nurse Gale. Thank you so much for the 5. Then we got King Demon Wig with another 5. What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's popcorn? That's dark. Must have been black corn. Little Jim's Halo with a 2. Hope Battlefield 6 marketing team keeps up the trolling. Yeah, same. I want to see it happen. I want to see it happen. And then this fucking legend, continuing the membership train started by both Dark Exile and King Demon Wing, Make 7 just dropped a 20 membership hyper bang.
りだと鳥にさげたくだと吹くから上のから明日は絶対もっとシャイニー自分次第深めに合い今すぐスタートボタンを押してみよう私はこんなんじゃないはず
Shout out to Make7. Thank you so much, man, for the 20 membership hyper banger. This is a crazy membership train for a Sunday. Thank you guys so much. That's fucking wild, man. That's wild. We got Uper with a 5. Best intro ever. Make it longer, please. That's what she said. Then we got James Up, another legend, and silently, mind you, dropping a $50 mega. Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's a way of life. Mucha lucha. Shout out to James Up. I know he's great friends with Atreus and New Blackstreet. So this clip is for you. It's Atreus and, well, let's just say his mistress.
Good job, Daddy. Not going on that incel show. I'm going to buy you that Switch too now.
That was a clip that was, we found that on Saturday because we were wondering what happened to Atreus because he just didn't show up. And, well, come to find out, he was doing what he had to do to get that fucking Switch. He was doing what he had to do, you know? So there you go. Shout out to James Zopp for the silent $50 mega banger. He didn't have to, but I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for that, man. That is legendary. And then we got Dragon Master, not once, but twice with the 149 super sticker. Thank you so much, Dragon Master. I appreciate that, man. We got Harbinger. You know, every time I see the word Harbinger, I immediately get traumatized because of Mass Effect and how awful that fucking game ended. But that's okay. That's not your fault. That's not your fault. Harbinger with 49. Praise be to Space King. Repent. Thank you so much, Harbinger. I appreciate that, man. True Aztec Warrior for 8 months says, hail the bigot army. What's up, True Aztec Warrior? Thank you, man. And then we got Thomas Mumby for 2 months. I have a paper joke. It's terrible. Get it? Did we hear that like literally the other day? Gear Master with a 5. You know why the skeleton had a bad birthday? He had no body. They're just coming in strong, boys. Coming in strong. Gaming Mason with a 5. How many Katas does it take to screw in a light bulb? 3. The first 2 have to stand on each other's shoulders. While that's accurate, it's still a dad joke. King Demon Wing with a 5. Chuck Norris once played Russian roulette with a fully loaded gun and still won. What is with these Chuck Norris jokes again? Why is he making a comeback? Why is he making a comeback? Owlicard with a 2 says it's a black. A black.
Holy shit.
Sounds about right. And then last but not least on YouTube, we got the legendary Ali Kusanagi continuing the membership train with the 1 membership banger. Thank you so much, Ali Kusanagi. I appreciate that, bro. Sincerely. Thank you, man. Thank you. Let's go over to Rumble. We're already almost at tier 2, and we haven't even started the fast topics. God damn. You guys are crazy, bro. Thank you so much. Crash Collins gives some membership over on Rumble. Thank you, Crash Collins. I appreciate that, brother. And then we got Democulus with a 3. My cards were stolen. I don't know how to deal without them. Even Rumble's doing it now. That's crazy, bro. Great Ape with $1. Griffcast, Blooper Team, Sandwich Chronos, Silent Hill F, Still Wakes the Deep, Hypno should take no longer than 3 streams for SWTD. Haven't played the DLC though, so 4 total. Nice. Shout out to Great Ape. Thank you so much, brother. We got Dead Eyes Lock with $1. You know what SBI and Collective Gout have in common? Besides acting like unhinged Karens, pushing men's into the arms of AI women. There's a level of base to that. I don't even know how to, like you hate them, you hate them so much. You know what I mean? You hate them so much that you end up just wanting to go to AI anyway. There's something about that. War Wizard with a $4.99. How do you make a jack-o'-lantern back into a vegetable? You throw it on the ground as hard as you can. Squash. And last but not least, we got T-Jap Steve with a $2.72. And this is tier 2. Put them ears on. Holy shit. We are at tier 2, and we haven't even started. Shout out to every single one of you, man. Holy shit. Those membership trains went crazy. Thank you guys so much, man. We got to tier 2 before the topics even started. That's insane, bro. Especially for a Sunday. It's fucking wild, man. Thank you guys. Genuinely, thank you. Thank you so much. Dark Obsidian with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Dark Obsidian. Appreciate you, brother. And then Mr. Spangus Coffee with a $4.99 says, I love to eat vegetables wet and moist, but sadly, the wheelchair gets in the way.
Holy shit.
That got really dark. That got really dark really fast. Thank you so much, Mr. Spangus Coffee. I appreciate that, man. The fuck? What the fuck? All right. Now you get it? Yeah, now you get the joke. All right, listen, let's get into the fast topics, boys. Dark Obsidian, a $4.99 super sticker. Laughing, what is that? A laughing lemon? I can't even see. Laughing lemon, I think so. Shout out to Dark Obsidian, man. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super sticker. Laughing Man says McDuckins needs to save you, Hypnotic. Yeah, McDuckins is dead, sadly. But his voice will live on. You brought his voice back with that $500 Ultra Banger. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's get into the fast topics, boys. We got to start off with a funny video. And this one is so obviously like fucking, what do you call it? It's so obviously scripted. But it was funny anyway, so I wanted to show you because I thought it was hilarious. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not even going to say anything, boys. All it says is, I'm never going on a Tinder date again, bro. Laughing emoji. Here we go.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? What are you wearing?
You said you were into clowns on your profile.
This isn't the circus. I was talking about myself, like I'm a clown, like I'm funny.
I am so sorry. I thought you would be into this.
It's okay.
God.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I just drove like a really far away. Do you have any cash or anything like that?
Yeah. Sorry. I must have left my wallet at home. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Now let's be real. Before I finish the video, let's be real. At least half of the chat right now still would, right? Okay, let's just keep it real. Okay? I know this is scripted. I know this is fake, but I'm just telling you right now, like, if a clown girl comes into your car looking like this, more than half of you still would, okay? Let's be fucking real. The ones who are saying no, I don't believe you in the slightest, but I still love you anyway.
Do you do any like tricks or anything like that?
Listen to what she says here, bro. This shit, hold on. He says, "Do you do any tricks?" Listen to this. This is hilarious. Watch
Do you
this.
do any like tricks or anything like that?
Yeah, I can actually I can throw a couple rings on it.
Okay, cool. I like that.
She could throw a couple of rings on it. She could throw a couple of rings on it.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Oh,
Her ringtone is a fucking honker.
hold on. Hello?
That's great.
Yes. Yeah, I have the balloons. And I have the... That was today? Okay. I actually have to go. I have to fit like 6 people in this car.
All right.
I'm sorry. Can we do this another time though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, just block me.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
All right.
That was the only part that was probably real. right at the end, that reaction. But anyway, I thought this was hilarious. Obviously, it's fucking scripted. I don't believe this to be real in the slightest, but it's still funny. It's funny as hell. And when she said she could throw a ring on it, I was like, all right. That's okay. That's okay. Laughing Man said, will I play the McDuggins clip for 500? Yeah, I mean, Griff. Obviously, I would. I did it before, so I'll do it again. All right, let's get to the next topic, boys. That shit was hilarious, man. Fucking, I'll throw a ring on it. That's crazy. You do any tricks? What are you, a fucking chihuahua? All right, this is interesting. So really quick, this is like a serious topic. Okay, let's put the jokes aside for a second. This is a little bit serious. So I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you saw this clip, but this is highly fucking suspicious, right? This is highly suspicious, and I don't know if this is normal procedure. I got to be honest with you. I have no idea. But this is highly suspicious. Okay, so what are we looking at? So this clip that we're about to watch is a man who decided to go to a Dairy Queen location. And the Dairy Queen location is the one that happened to be the one that Tyler Robinson went to after he shot Charlie Kirk. Are you guys aware that Dairy Queen has now been supposedly abandoned? It's supposedly not like they shut it down. Again, I haven't been able to 100% confirm this, but I believe this to be true. And if it is, like, does nobody find that to be a little bit sus? Am I crazy for thinking that that's not like super sus?
Well, we're at 1545. 1545. Is that a Dairy Queen sign? Interestingly enough, it looks like it's been totally taken apart. Got cleaning mop buckets everywhere and so forth. And it's right across, by the way, from Brigham Young University, right across from the stadium, right? So my point is, there's the football stadium. There's cameras all over here. The FBI should be able to easily say what the path was for Robinson to get to the airport, or the Dodge Challenger. Should be flock cameras all along here.
So the only thing I can think of is that from a corporate standpoint, they probably realized that the amount of attention that Dairy Queen was going to get was going to be astronomical. So they probably wanted to abandon ship and move locations. But other than that, I can't see any other reason personally. I feel like it's just a little bit weird. You know what I'm saying? Especially how fast it happened. I mean, goddamn, they're gone within weeks. But I'm sure they got moved. I'm sure they got moved by corporate, most likely. But that was a very fast scrub, in my opinion. I've never seen a store shut down and empty this fast. But then again, you know, I don't know how fast corporate moves these days, so I couldn't tell you. But again, I just find that to be extremely sus to me. So I saw this clip and I was like, let me share it with you guys and get your feedback on what you're thinking is going on here. But in any case, let's move on. Let's X that out. All right. First actual fast topic. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Fortnite. If you guys are unaware, Fortnite is getting some pretty big backlash. And honestly, I just find it to be really fucking silly. I really do. I mean, people just, this is so stupid, but in any case, whatever. So Fortnite ended up putting out this post. If you guys are not aware, they put in the Peacemaker dance. Okay. They put in the Peacemaker dance. This thing has 10 million fucking views. Okay. That's like the level of craziness we're talking about right now. They put in the Peacemaker dance, right? And after the Peacemaker dance was put into the game, it had a lot of backlash because the Peacemaker dance is literally like a symbolism it's the Nazi symbols. It's like swastika symbol. I have a post from Angry Badger, I think, over here that goes over it a little bit because I don't watch this show, so I really wasn't sure exactly what the backlash was, especially since there's been other dances that do something similar in terms of like flailing your arms, up and down opposite, directions. But anyway, so we're disabling the peaceful hips emote in Fortnite as we inquire into our partner's creative intentions in this collaborative emote. Assuming it's not coming back, we'll issue refunds in the next few days. Sorry, folks. So apparently they ended up putting in this emote without even realizing the creative intentions behind it, which was, essentially swastika symbolism. And because of that, they had to disable it with a high likelihood that it is not going to return, right? So people are obviously, a little bit upset about this. Some people think it's not that big of a deal. Other people think that it is a big deal. It's kind of all over the place. But one thing I will say is this, there's a clip going around. Let me show you this clip real quick from an account called Norse Fortnite over on X. It says this emote is clearly super offensive too. See the arms, please remove it. He's basically showcasing a dance. This is not the same dance, by the way, but he's showcasing that this dance is basically the same fucking thing to an extent, right? They don't like the fact, like, so the Peacemaker dance ends up doing hand motions like this, right? Where they go up and down opposite like this to make a swastika, right? That they don't like that. They don't like that. But there's other dances in the game that already do that. There's other dances in the game that already do that. So it's like, what are we like? What are we doing? Like, what are we sincerely complaining about? I don't understand. Like, if are we really making this into a big fucking deal? I don't get it. And I understand. Again, I get it. Peacemaker is actually trying to do that. I understand, but who fucking cares, bro? Like, if you're putting Peacemaker into the game, then putting it as dance is not that big of a fucking deal. Like, I really don't see what the big problem is, right? Especially when there's already other dances in the game that already do something similar like that. Like this girl, are you going to remove this too? Because this girl's doing the same thing Peacemaker does. Basically, like she's doing the same exact thing. So are you gonna remove that too? Probably not. Let's be real. So it's a pretty big outrage over on X. I don't really see it as a big deal, but I understand I'm not in that world of watching this particular show. So, I don't personally care. Let me bring up the post from Angry Badger really quick to give you a little bit of better context. Hold on. Where is it at? Where are you at? Angry Badger. There we go. So let me show you what the actual dance is that's getting removed really quick, and then we'll get into it. So this is the dance that is getting removed. Okay, so this is called Peaceful Hips. That's literally it. That's literally it. Right? So I mean, what the fuck, bro? That's literally it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. right? So they don't like, again, that it's making the swastika symbol. They don't like it. But there is some context, okay? There is some context to this situation. And Angry Badger says it the best, right? So Angry Badger says, crazy how many people in the comments really don't watch this show and think that this is a reach. It's literally the fucking Nazi swastika put in the dance, just like they put the butterfly dance move in the first one, because he went to Nazi Earth X in the series. It is 100% by design. The light patterns behind the dances also make little swastikas. So now, according to Angry Badger, in the show, like this is by design. Like he is actually trying to showcase the Nazi swastika symbol. But my thing is, like, even if he is, who fucking cares, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who fucking cares? I don't care, right? Like you're trying to showcase the character. You're trying to sell the character. So if the symbolism is problematic, then putting Peacemaker into the game is going to be problematic on its own, right? So at this point, you might as well just remove Peacemaker, because you can't remove the emote and then still have the character. Play it again. I'll play it again. Here, I'll play it again. Again, like the arms go into a symbol for like not even a second. Not even a second. Like I don't see the big fucking deal. It's one of the gayest dances I've ever seen. If people want to buy the emote, let them buy the emote. I just really don't see. I don't see the big fucking deal. I really don't. And again, I understand the context of it. I understand from the story of the show itself that is what the dance is supposed to be. I get that. But it's like, bro, you're playing Fortnite. They put Peacemaker in Fortnite. Even if they didn't have the emote in there, if this is a Nazi dance, then by design, you are putting in a character that has a Nazi dance from its TV show inside of a kid's game. So putting Peacemaker into the kids game was probably a bad idea to begin with, but clearly they didn't think that that was a bad idea. So why the fuck is this why is this a big deal? I don't know. I really just, again, me personally, I don't care about this, but I will say that again, thank you, Angry Badger, for giving that, little bit of context, because I know he watches these TV shows and whatnot. So I appreciate it, but I don't see why this is such a big fucking deal. I really don't. You know how many characters that have been put into Fortnite that have been problematic? There's plenty of characters that have been put into Fortnite that have a history of problematic something. But now apparently this dance is too much, bro. Like, he literally does a symbol for not even a second. It's so fast. It's like half a second. And then he fucking does this. But not even a second. I don't know. Anyway. Whatever. I just wanted to showcase that to you. Like the stream, boys. Let's get into the next one. Let me X this out. Where we at? Let's talk about Silent Hill F. Okay, so Silent Hill F has released officially, and Pirate Nation made a post that I don't necessarily agree with, and I'll explain why. So Pirate Nation says Silent Hill F peaked at only 22,000 players this weekend. What happened, right? So kind of implying that this is bad numbers, that this is not normal, I suppose. But the reason why I don't agree with this is because it is normal. Like, it is normal as much. And it doesn't mean that by being normal that it's a good thing, because it's not. Like, the numbers are still bad, just like most Silent Hill numbers have been bad, especially over the last 10 fucking years. 22,000 is not actually a bad number, when you consider the nicheness of this particular game. And again, I've criticized Silent Hill F and its performance, but I gotta keep it real with you. You know, this is not a terrible number. It's not a great number. They definitely should get more. Silent Hill should get more, but sadly the franchise has fallen off so hard that it's really not gonna get more. It's so niche at this point that I really don't see how this number is necessarily like a super bad thing, right? So again, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is Silent Hill F. Let me go over to SteamDB and give you just a better idea. That's his screenshot. So again, he's trying to imply that this is a bad thing. 22,621 is the all-time peak yesterday. Okay, for Silent Hill F. If you guys want to see exactly how normal this is for a Silent Hill game, I'll give you an example. Let's look at the most recent one that we have. Silent Hill 2 from Booper Team, right? Just came out not that long ago. Nearly identical. Nearly identical. If anything, it's slightly worse. 23,676 all-time peak, right? Nearly identical. So this is why I say, like, is it a bad thing? Not really. Is it a great thing? Not really. It's a Silent Hill thing. That's basically it. Silent Hill is not Resident Evil. And I hope that people are smart enough to understand that. Silent Hill has never been anywhere near the level of success that Resident Evil has garnered in terms of player counts and copies sold and everything like that. It never has been. It's always been more of a niche a horror game, and unfortunately the franchise fell off big time after the last few entries. So this one in particular, Silent Hill F, being one of those games that is obviously more of a, dare I even say, a spin-off. Like I wouldn't really call it like a, it's not an actual entry to Silent Hill franchise in terms of numerical entry. It is a spin-off, right? But even for a spin-off, it's doing almost near identical. It's doing near identical numbers to a numerical entry remake, right? So Silent Hill 2 did 23,000. Silent Hill F did 22,000. These numbers make sense, and they're not like Silent Hill F was never going to be a 100,000 plus concurrent player game. It's just not. It's not happening. It's not, I'm sorry, it's not happening for a Silent Hill game. So you can imply that that's terrible. You can imply that that's awful, but I'm just going to call it normal. Personally, I'm going to call it normal, and I'm going to call it pretty much on brand for a Silent Hill game. If you want another example of something similar, right? And just like, and again, keep in mind, for horror games, this is pretty normal. Let me give you another example, right? Look at Chronos. I'm thoroughly enjoying Chronos. I think Chronos is a really good game. Okay, I'm about to finish it pretty soon. But if you look at Chronos, it only got to 5,295. 5,295 all-time peak. You know what I mean? And it's actually a really good game. So it really, like, I'm telling you, man, when it comes to horror games, you can't be going into this with the mindset of like, oh, if it's not doing 100,000, it's not winning. It's like, guys, horror games tend to sell over time when the game is put on massive discount, because not many people are going out there to play horror games on day one. It's just not that kind of a game. It's just not that kind of a franchise. And if it is, it's most likely going to be a Resident Evil game. A Resident Evil game are that's the franchise. That's the quote unquote horror game. That's the one that's going to do big numbers on day one. But pretty much almost everything else is not really going to do that. Right. So, and again, I'm not saying these are good numbers because they're not. Right. Chronos hitting 5,200 is not a good number. I was really hoping that the game would do 10 to 15,000, maybe 20,000. You know what I mean? But it's not going to do good numbers. I'm curious what Dead Space did. What did Dead Space do? Let me see. Dead Space. This is pretty good, but Dead Space also had good word of mouth for a long period of time. So when they came out with this particular remake of Dead Space, it doing 30,000, it already had an established fan base over many years. Over many years, it had an established fan base. So this makes sense. Dead Space doing 30,000 makes sense. And that's with a long history of fans over many years. What about Dead Space 2, out of curiosity? Look at this. Dead Space 2, 14 years ago, 2,400. You know what I mean? Like, these games do not... Look, Dead Space 3, 1,100. You know what I mean? What about the OG? The OG, I don't think is going to do... Can you even get the OG? Can you get the OG on Steam anymore? Yeah, right here. Dead Space 2008. 2,300. You know? So, again, these games, these horror games, they don't hit like that. They don't hit like that. They have to get many years of cheap pricing, you know, being sold at $4. That's what it has to be, you know? Joker says Dead Space 3 was Origin exclusive. Yeah, for a little while. That don't mean a fucking thing, bro. With all due respect, that don't mean anything. Because it could be Origin exclusive. That just means it's sold even less than what we're seeing here on Steam. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So what about Callisto Protocol? I bet you this shit didn't do very well. 7, that's actually not bad. But again, it's right in the same realm. It's right in the same realm. 17,580. Right? So almost 18,000 for the Callisto Protocol. It's right in the same ballpark. All these games are always being in the same ballpark. 15,000, 20,000, 25, 30 at the highest. Like, unless it's a Resident Evil game. Let's see. Is Resident Evil doing any better? Let's see. Let's go to... What was the big one? Resident Evil, I guess 2 was a pretty big remake. Look at the difference. 74,000. 74,000. This is like you guys gotta. I'm telling you, man. Resident Evil is on a whole different level. Look at this. Resident Evil 4, 168,000. Resident Evil is the only one that goes into the normie number level. Otherwise, for other horror games, it's not gonna happen usually. Right? 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. So that's why when I see these posts and they try to imply that, you know, XYZ game is you know, bad because of, you know, the numbers are doing bad or whatever, like they're like, what happened? Like, what do you mean what happened? What happened is what always happens, which is these horror games 9 times out of 10 are not, they're not going to work. Joker says you are comparing console eras to today, though. What are we talking about? I'm looking at Steam numbers all across the board. What are we talking about? I don't get it. I'm looking at modern horror games. Like, this is the Resident Evil 4 remake on Steam, and I'm comparing it to other horror games on Steam. Where did consoles come into play? I'm confused. Violent City says, well, console for Resident Evil will still blow them out. You would think so. But that's not necessarily the case anymore. Because when it comes to Capcom has openly admitted that PC is their main market now. A small majority of their sales is on PC, meaning about 55% of all of their sales come from the PC platform now. They are now majority PC platform, which is crazy considering Capcom's legacy. You know? So we shall see. We shall see. Joker says those days most players were on console. PC grew a lot after COVID. Yeah, that's fine. But that's why I'm looking at the modern horror games now and comparing them to the modern remakes. Again, my point still stands, right? So if I'm looking at horror games, I'm not talking about Dead Space. Forget Dead Space. I'm not worried about that. I'm looking at the modern horror games, right? Modern non-Resident Evil horror games are in the 15 to 20,000 ballpark figure for concurrent players almost every single time. Unless it's a Resident Evil game, then those games are the ones that hit the normie numbers. Those are the ones that hit 70,000, 80,000, 100,000, 150,000. Like, those are the ones that do it. It's not really anything else, you know? So that's why, like, when people look at these modern horror games that aren't Resident Evil and they say, you know, well, why is it not hitting XYZ numbers? And it's because they almost never do. You know, it's like a false equivalency. you know? So, but in any case, that's where we're at with Resident Evil F. And, I'm sorry, Resident Evil F. Oh my God, Silent Hill F. That's where we're at with Silent Hill F. I don't think the numbers are going to get much higher, to be honest with you. And I'm sure people are going to try to cope and lie and say, well, maybe the console numbers are higher. Like, not really. They're not. They're just not. Somebody said check me side. Sure. Let's see me side. What's me side doing? Again, my God, it's so consistent. It is literally so consistent, bro. 23,741. And this game, when it first came out, was super popular. People were talking about it like crazy. 23,741 concurrent players. So again, guys, the genre is just not, it's not built like that, right? Most horror games are going to fall into the same category, whereas Resident Evil is transcended past that. Resident Evil has transcended past the limitations of the horror genre, which is normally around like 20,000, 25,000. You know? So in any case, people saying check Soma. I mean, we could check every single fucking game. Soma came out a while ago, though. It's 10 years ago. It's really old. Alien Isolation. This game got popular over time, but its concurrent player base was only 11,000 5 years ago. But I guarantee you, yeah, I was going to say, I guarantee you this thing sold millions of copies because it was put on sale so many times. Bro, this game was as cheap as $2. $2 fucking dollars, guys. $2, right? So this is what happens with horror games. Horror games end up building a fan base over a long period of time through whoring themselves out because they're not video games that usually sell on day one in a mass amount. They're just not. That's just not the kind of games that they are. So over time, they get whored out, and then they end up building a fan base, and then hopefully, if they release a sequel, it'll do a higher number at retail price. But usually, it doesn't happen. Exactly, $2 game that's gonna sell. Yeah, who the fuck is gonna turn down a $2 game? Like nobody, almost nobody's gonna turn that down. So, in any case, that's what I wanted to say about Silent Hill F because again, I've had my criticisms about Silent Hill F, but that doesn't mean we're gonna lie about the numbers. Like the numbers are the numbers, and they're that way for a reason. And I don't think anybody expected anything otherwise, to be honest with you. So let's continue. Let me X that out really quick. Asura says I wouldn't buy Veilguard for $2. I wouldn't buy Veilguard. Turtle says, why don't you like Silent Hill? I didn't say I don't like it. I said I have criticisms about it in its performance and whatnot, but I never said I'd like it. I'm going to be reviewing the game myself after I'm done with Chronos. I'm almost done with Chronos: A New Dawn, and I'll be moving on to Silent Hill F. That'll be the next game that I'm going to be reviewing. So should be pretty exciting. Check Tales of the Shire. Oh my God. This game is doing terrible. They already have it on sale for 20% off, by the way. Tales of the Shire is on sale for 20% off already, and this shit just came out. It's crazy. 380 people playing right now, 6,700 all-time peak, and it is on sale for 20% off already. Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. Great job. Great job to well, you know who, anyway. After 1 month, less than 1 month, I think, right? Something like that. All right, let's X this out. Let's get out of the Pirate Nation stuff. Oh, fuck, I fucked up. I clicked off something that was, God damn it. God damn. All right, we'll let's see. We'll do this. Let's check out the Resident Evil gameplay. I've been wanting to see this shit, man. So we got, hey, our cuz says Griffcast Tales of the Shire when? Bro, our cuz. All right, we're gonna put our cousin timeout for 10 seconds because that's fucking crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. Griffcast, Tales of the Shot. Nah, bro. 10 seconds. 10-second timeout, bro. That's crazy. That's practically racism. That's insane. No, you need to think about what you just said, bro. Get him out of here. 10 seconds. You'll be able to talk again in 10 seconds. All right, let's go over let's go over this post for Resident Evil Requiem. So I'm very interested in Resident Evil Requiem. Obviously, I mean, I love the Resident Evil games franchise. We got some more information about Resident Evil. What's Sheep City say? Reopen close tab. If you accidentally close a tab, future reference. Yeah, no, I know. I gotta bring it back up. We got some more information, and we got some gameplay that I want to go over. So it says, Capcom says Resident Evil 9 has both a strong horror and action element. That's a little bit worrisome because I feel like the action element of the game is going to downplay the horror element of the game. I feel like when you try to adhere to both sides, you might end up losing both, but whatever. Anyway, I guess we'll see how that plays out. Zombies have supposedly evolved and are different from the usual Resident Evil zombies. They require a new way to combat them. Everything they've shown so far is from very early in the game. The hospital is Grace's first stage. A great place to start for newcomers and longtime fans alike. Pre-order should be open October, November. So let's see this gameplay. I haven't seen it yet. Very curious to see how this plays out. And again, I would prefer if they go more of the horror route. I don't want them to go the action route. I would much prefer if they go the scary route, but we all know Resident Evil has a bit of an identity crisis where, you know, they tend to go one way and then they feel like, oh my God, they start panicking. They're like, fuck, did we alienate XYZ? Let's go back the other way. And then it just ends up being this fucking cycle of like, well, we're an action game, we're a horror game. We're an action game, we're a horror game. We don't know what we are. We might know what we are. Who knows? It's kind of all over the place. So, because remember, keep in mind, these are the same people that thought that Resident Evil 7 was too scary. Keep that in mind, okay? These are the same people that thought that they went too far with Resident Evil 7 and that it was too scary. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. Anyway, but I'm still interested in the game. I'm still pretty excited for it, and we're going to see what we got going on. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
バイオハザード体験っていうのが初めてです。
見つかってないのか。見つかってない。
Nice. Nice and creepy so far.
怖いよ。このなんか筋張った足めちゃ怖い。でもバレてない。イライラしてるけどバレてない。
今物陰に隠れてます。
バレてないじゃん。
I'm gonna assume that the monster is blind, I guess. I mean, the monster got a little bit of a Bella Ramsey face going on. Maybe it's blind. That's a big fucking zombie, bro.
どんな感じなのか分かってきました。こういうね。
Oh, this bitch is bursting through the walls. Nice.
来ないよね。来ないっしょ。来ないっしょ。やば。
All right, so really quick, I just want to pause it really quick. So my thing is, again, I prefer this kind of game, right? I prefer more of the helpless protagonist, more of like the overall fear of not being able to fight back, and that I love that shit. Like it's great, right? But the problem is that you mean to tell me in this game where they're offering this experience, they're also going to be offering a run and gun experience? Like that's where I get a little bit confused, right? Because this is where the game starts having an identity crisis to me. And when you start trying to please everybody, it just it just makes me a little bit confused because I already know that it's going to go into a more action-oriented, theme with the rumored Leon gameplay. Because Leon is rumored to be in the game, right? So I don't know. It just seems odd to me where you're gonna bounce from one and the other, and it's gonna kind of be all over the place. But I don't know. For me, I feel like this is where separation should come into play. Where if you want to do a horror Resident Evil, you should just go all in, right? Like go all in, on a horror Resident Evil. If you want to do an action Resident Evil, then go all in and do an action Resident Evil. But don't be like, don't try to do a fusion dance, because if you do a fusion dance, then I feel like, well, at this point, you're kind of losing the identity of what the game is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But hey, maybe that's just me. I don't know. But again, supposedly you're going to be able to play as Leon. That's the rumor. And Leon's segment is going to be action focused because according to the developers, you are not, it doesn't make sense for Leon to be scared like Grace is. So Grace is more of the horror gameplay and Leon's going to be the action gameplay. I don't know. It's going to kind of be, it sounds like it's going to be all over the place. It almost sounds like they're trying to put as much into the game as humanly possible, which in theory is not a bad thing, but still, it all depends on how it's going to play out. So, but I'm still excited for it anyway.
安全地帯が
なくなった。
安全地帯じゃなくなったってことですね。
ライターぐらいの明かりじゃダメなんですよね、きっとね。
強い光じゃないと。
あ、でもここで電気あるから。
You know what? I just realized something. You know what Grace reminds me of? Am I crazy for looking at Grace and being reminded of the fuck is her name, man? Heather? Is it Heather from Silent Hill 3? Am I crazy for looking at that and just thinking of Heather? Like, I feel like they almost look like identical. I don't know. Am I crazy?
静かに U ターン。
一日戻してもいいですか？
はい。
戻すんだ、ここで。戻すんだ、怖い、やっぱり。
I will say the lighting and the setting looks really good. Overall, like the game actually looks phenomenal, and the Resident Evil engine, and I know it's not the Resident Evil engine, I know it's the RE engine, but I call it Resident Evil engine because I don't give a fuck. The Resident Evil engine shines. It shines in situations where it is controlled environments like this. This is where that engine really fucking shines. But the problem is when they take those engines and they try to make it open world, that's where the engine tends to struggle, right? That's where the engine tends to struggle. I mean, that looks really. She switched to first person, which, by the way, that's also going to be an interesting thing. Switching from third to first person, I feel like it's going to be for people who are too scared of first person. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently, according to the developers, like I said earlier, Resident Evil 7 was too scary because it was first person only. So they're adding third person for people who get too scared of first. Somebody in chat said this game looks generic graphically. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that. This engine produces some of the best graphics. I mean, the only one that really tops this pretty easily would be what do you call it? The God, is it called the Decima engine or the one that fucking Kojima uses? His engine is insane. Insane. Holy shit, Vera Dark is here, boys. Oh snap. Oh snap. Here comes trouble. Here comes trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Vera Dark is here to complain about everything. Did you guys know that Vera Dark complains? Did you know that Vera Dark complains about the intro? Did you know that? Did you know that Vera Dark complains about the intro? It's true. Yeah, I know he doesn't own the engine, but I mention him because he uses it. Everybody, yeah, it's the Decima engine. Everybody thinks of the Decima engine for Hideo Kojima. Shout out to Vera Dark for the raid. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Vera Dark does indeed complain about everything. But for all the people who complain about the intro, we have a clip for you.
Look at these bitches complaining about the intro again. Nobody cares.
I fucking love that clip, man. I love that clip so much. Oh man. Shout out to Vera Dark. Thank you again for the raid. Also, did you know that New Blackstreet sponsors GILFs?
Good job, Daddy. Not going on that incel show. I'm gonna buy you that Switch too now.
Atreus and his GILF, man. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. Anyway, so yeah, we're talking about Resident Evil Requiem right now. We're looking at some of the gameplay showcase for everybody who saw that clip for the first time in the chat is losing it. That's amazing. We're talking about Resident Evil Requiem right now, and overall, listen, I'm still excited for the game. I'm still interested. Curious how they're gonna pull it off. I'm really more so curious about the story because of all the rumors about how this is gonna be the last numerical entry, and from here they're gonna branch off into other, you want to call it spin-offs or whatever. I guess we'll see from there. But I'm very curious where they're gonna go and what they're gonna do with the story. So we shall see. But from a visual perspective and from a horror perspective, looks interesting. I hope they keep this up. But knowing Capcom, they're gonna find a way to fuck something up. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Okay, let's X this out really quick. Shout outs again to the Vera Dark Raiders. Now let's look at the Battlefield trailer. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh yeah, boys. The trolling is at its maximum. The trolling is at its maximum, boys. The trolling is at its maximum, man. If you guys haven't seen the new Battlefield 6 trailer, it is a beautiful thing. I gotta admit, I am loving the fighting. I'm loving the fighting between Battlefield and Call of Duty. And I'm loving the fact that it's so open and honest. And it's like, it's out there, and they're not using coded language, and they're not, they know what I mean? Like, they're literally fucking, like, we are watching two studios go at it publicly. And I'm here for it, right? Like, what every other studio is kumbayaing and pretending to be best friends and shit. Where Battlefield Studios and Call of Duty, they're like, yep, no, we don't fucking like each other, man, So this is great. Whoever's doing the marketing for Battlefield is pretty damn hilarious. So let's watch this trailer. And I want you to pay attention to the beginning, especially because this is where they make fun of Call of Duty. Watch, here we go.
The world is a vampire. Sent to drain.
Showtime.
Secret destroyer. Hold you up to the flames. Sound check. What do I get?
Okay, boys, we're here to do one thing. One thing.
Holy shit. Holy shit. So they literally hired celebrities because this is them basically saying Call of Duty is putting like all these celebrities in the game and shit. You know what I mean? That they're putting all the celebrity skins and all the bullshit fucking nonsense in the game. And then they just blew them the fuck up.
Who was that? Doesn't matter. Let's move.
He's like, who's that? Doesn't matter. That is gold.
Doesn't matter. Let's move. Scope the area.
That is gold.
And a tank. Let's take it out. Roger that. Let's go.
It goes from corny fucking celebrities to like super serious. You know what I mean? So it's so obvious what they're trying to do here. It's actually pretty fucking based in my opinion.
Light it up!
Pure toxic masculinity. That was cool.
Somebody take out the tank! Sniper! Take him out!
Oh, you got fucked.
That's white.
Sorry, boys. Nice shot.
Yeah, well, that was easy.
This is it.
I see the flag.
Say when. Sending!
Battlefield 6. Pre-order now.
So, I mean, listen, man. Like I said, I'm here for it. I am excited and happy to see these two studios duke it out publicly. I can't wait to see what Call of Duty's response is going to be, if they're even going to respond. But I got to be real with you. They've been getting cooked by Battlefield for the last, like, what, month and a half, 2 months now. They've been getting cooked big time. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want to see these studios compete, because that, in the end, just makes it better for everybody else, in my opinion. So we shall see what happens. We'll see what happens with this. But Call of Duty is your turn now, I suppose. I don't think they're going to do anything, though. Let's be real. I don't think they're going to do a fucking thing. All right, let's X out of this. And hold on. We had one more. Let's see. Where is my Ghosts of Yotei? Fucking shit. The shillery that's going on with Ghosts of Yotei is through the roof, guys. It is through the roof. Hold on. So let me find it again, because I think that's the one I X'd out. So Ghosts of Yotei, the shillery that's happening for it is through the roof, because they're trying to say, oh, you can cut grass, guys. You can cut grass. I don't know if you know, but you can cut grass. That's a huge selling point, guys. You can cut grass. They're trying to make it seem as if this game is like a million times better, I suppose, than the previous one. And I've always said from the beginning that there's no doubt that this game is going to sell. You know, my question is, just like the other games, just like with Borderlands 4, which was proven exactly what I said, I don't know if this game is going to sell anywhere near what the original Ghost of Tsushima did. That's where I will personally be curious. But they're pushing this video around. They're pushing this video around, and they're trying to say Ghosts of Yotei is next gen, right? Ghosts of Yotei is next gen because you can cut grass, guys. And shout out to Sebi for the raid. Thank you, Sebi. Appreciate that. Damn, we got a Vera Dark raid and a Sebi raid. That's crazy, bro. Holy shit. So this reminds me eerily about the Assassin's Creed Shadows. The Assassin's Creed Shadows advertising. If you guys remember, they were trying to push the Assassin's Creed Shadows advertising with the bamboo cutting. They were like, "Oh, look, you can cut bamboo. You could take your sword, or you could take your weapon and just cut bamboo, guys. That's next generation." Like they literally tried to call it next generation because you can cut bamboo. It's like, bro, you've been able to do that in games for years. Like, are you serious right now? There were games that were all the way back on the original PlayStation that allowed you to fucking cut bamboo. Are we seriously trying to say that this is next gen because you can fucking cut bamboo? And now they're doing it again. Gee, I wonder why. Now they're like, oh, look, guys, you can cut grass. You too can be a Mexican and cut grass today. And they're trying to say, oh, it's next gen. It's next gen because you can cut grass. Hey, bro, what are you talking about, man? You've been able to cut grass since like the fucking GameCube or earlier than that, bro. It's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? So listen, all the shills have gotten their NPC download, and they've been told to push this particular video So we're going to watch this video because they really want us to see this video. So let's see this video and see what is so next generation. Let's see. Seriously? This is the next generation, boys. This is the next generation, boys. So they're trying to say, okay, so Ghosts of Yotei is so amazing because now when you swing your weapon, if you swing it over a grass terrain, it's gonna react and it's gonna cut the grass. Okay, that's impressive, I guess. I mean, like, what the fuck do you want me to say to that? What do you want me to say? You mean to tell me that we need to potentially accept? Because again, how does this improve anything, right? Ghost of Tsushima had an amazing story. Jin Sakai's story as the ghost and the fact that you had to make the choice as the player between doing things the honorable way and doing things the way of the ghost in order to get things actually done. And the what do you call it? The effects that it had on your relationship with your uncle and just overall the world around you and how they reacted to you if you became more and more of the ghost. I mean, it was such an amazing fucking story. It was like watching a movie almost. So it was like unbelievable. So you mean to tell me I'm supposed to just sacrifice all that and be like, well, I can cut grass now? I can cut grass now. Mind you, everything else looks the fucking same from a detail perspective, right? Which, again, we have, I don't know if they have it here. There was a post where they were trying to showcase, I guess this is one of them, screenshots of the game. I'm like, bro, this looks exactly like Tsushima. I don't know why you're trying to pitch this as this is like graphically so far ahead. Increased visual quality, including massive sightlines with auroras and stars. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Tsushima looked incredible. This literally looks like Tsushima. This gameplay right here looks like Tsushima. There was a post that was doing texture comparisons. I don't know where the fuck where did it go? God damn it. Nope, that's not it. Oh, here we go. So Kami says Ghost of Tsushima versus Ghost of Yotei graphics comparison. Yotei adds the following: sharper textures and character models, better draw distances, better lighting, snow deformation, grass and small trees can be cut, fire actually leaves burn marks, better smoke effects, better volumetric clouds, better character models, and more. What? Like, sincerely, what? With all due respect, I don't know this guy. Again, this is nothing against Kami, what I'm about to say. But with all due respect, the top one looks better than the bottom one, in my opinion. I gotta be real. I'm fucking sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta be real. Though the smoke in the background, the volumetric effects, everything, look, the fog, all of that shit looks amazing, in my opinion. The top one looks better than the one on the bottom. And I'm being so real with you right now. Just in this picture comparison, right? Maybe if you add some fog in the bottom one, it wouldn't look that way. But from what I can see, there is fog. They added a little bit of fog here. It just don't look as good. It don't look as good. It looks sharper. It definitely looks sharper. I'll give you that. But this looks a million times fucking better, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta be real with you, man. I don't think this is a good comparison that he put up here. I think that might be the fault of him maybe putting the screenshot. And again, bro, we really looking at trees right now? We really looking at trees? The tree on the left looks good. The tree on the left, it looks like a dead tree. The tree on the right looks like it has a little bit more life. But like, what are we What are we seriously doing here? This looks the same. This looks like it's underwater on the left, and this looks like it's not on the right. Like what? This looks the same, bro. Where is the increased fidelity? I don't get it. I don't understand. Bro, this looks amazing on both sides. It's the same fucking game on both sides. It's the same game, bro. What are we sincerely? The background is blurred on the left. The background is blurred on the right. Nobody's gonna fucking care about any of this shit. So here's the question. The question becomes, why are they focusing on so much of the smaller details that nobody actually is gonna focus on when they're playing this game? Why are they focusing on the small details in order to shill for the game? Or to try to make people think that Ghosts of Yotei is so far ahead of Tsushima. The reason why they're doing that is because the stuff that matters is either lacking or it's at equal value to Tsushima. So at this point, the only thing that could separate Yotei from Tsushima is superficial nonsense, like the fact that you can cut grass. It is the most stupid fucking thing that I've ever seen in my life. Like, these people are trying to utilize the smallest, most bare, nonsensical bullshit to separate this game from the first. But the simple truth is that there's nothing that separates it in any meaningful way. What about the story? What about the combat? I've only seen one person talk about the combat, and they basically said it's almost identical to Tsushima. So, what are we doing? Are we seriously focusing on cutting grass now? Cassie says the fact that there isn't even a debate when they are a console generation different from each other. Yeah, that's true. Tsushima was originally a PS4 game. Now it has a PS5 release, obviously. But look at the way these two look. Guys, I want to focus on this first picture. This is the one that really sells it for me. This is the one that sells it for me. If you are trying to come up here and say that Yotei is so far ahead of Tsushima, when Tsushima looks like that at the top and Yotei looks like that on the bottom, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. We are not talking about what matters here when it comes to this game. Nobody is asking about. So when people are going to Yotei, nobody is saying, hey, can you cut grass now? Because that's going to be the deciding factor for me. Or hey, can you set the grass on fire? Because, or how about those tree textures? Can I look at a tree? Is it going to have more bumps? Because that's what's gonna sell it for me. Or what about the rocks? Can I see more rocks? Because that's what's going to sell it for. Like, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. But for some reason, when you look at every single fucking post, they're all talking about the same thing. Rhino over here, Hardcore Shield, talking about grass deformation. Great job, bro. Wow. This is hilarious. Tectone is hilarious, by the way. Again, Kami, same thing. I don't know if he's a shield or not, but same thing. Talking about the most minuscule bullshit. It's almost as if they all got the same download and they're pushing out the same nonsense. Almost every single one. This one, look, terrific story. You'll slowly grow to love Atsu. I highly doubt that, because everything else you talk about, lighting, astounding visuals, wolf, combat is creative. What, bro? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What are we doing? Let me scroll down. Again, Genki, same thing. Talks a little bit more about the story, which is good. I'll give him credit for that. Kami again, same trailer. They're all pushing out the same shit. Same shit. So I don't know, guys. At this point, there's no doubt in my mind that Ghosts of Yotei is going to sell. I've said this many times before. My question is whether or not it's going to sell as much as the first one, right? Because last I remember, they didn't have to do this for the first game. They didn't have to talk about whether or not you could cut the grass or you could cut bamboo or whatever. Like, the first one sold because it was an amazing video game. And as word of mouth spread, people bought that shit up. I'll tell it to you like this. Ghosts of Tsushima set records in Japan. Okay? Ghosts of Tsushima set records in Japan that was unheard of for a Western game like that, but it did it anyway. Tsushima sold within the first week over 200,000 copies. Within the first week in Japan for a Western video game. So my thing is, I'm very curious to see what Yotei is going to do. How is Yotei going to compare to Tsushima? Because it could still sell millions of copies. But when you're going up against a video game that sold double the amount of millions of copies, and you're at half or even less, and you're trying to pretend like that's a win, I don't know, bro. That sounds like cope. That's a lot of what happened with Borderlands. I keep using Borderlands as an example because what happened with Borderlands is exactly what I said was going to happen. Borderlands 3, the only reason why it sold the way that it sold was because it was built off the hype of Borderlands 2, which is most people's favorite Borderlands. And then when people got their hands on Borderlands 3, they realized it's not what they thought, and it ended up being hated by a lot of people. So I thought personally that Borderlands 3, since a lot of people hated it, the hype for that particular, or the lack of hype for that game was going to trickle into Borderlands 4, and Borderlands 4 was going to sell nowhere near what Borderlands 3 did in the same amount of time. And that's exactly what happened. Borderlands 3 sold 5 million copies in 5 days. Borderlands 4 sold 2.5 million copies in 2 weeks. That's not only half the amount of copies, but that's half the amount of copies in double the amount of time. So I wonder if the same thing is going to happen here, right? The game is not going to be considered a flop because, well, it's going to sell millions of copies, I got to imagine. But the thing is, how is it going to compare to Tsushima is going to be the big question. That's going to be the big question. So I'm curious to see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Who gives a fuck? We're allowed to be wrong. It happens every now and then. But lately, this shit has been so easy to predict. I don't know. Especially with all the drama that's going on, you're absolutely going to lose some sales. It's not going to be a lot, but you're going to lose some sales from what happened with Erika Ishii, man. You know, this picture is gonna definitely come to haunt you at some point in time, even if it's a little bit. Even if it's a little bit, it's going to happen. So we shall see. Brad says this game has to sell 7 million copies to break even. I bet it only sells 4 to 5 million. I gotta be real with you. If this game is not supported by Japan like the first one was, I don't see this game selling, at least in the first month. I don't see it selling more than like 3.5, 4 million in the first month. Let's see. Let me find out. Hold on. Let me look at the numbers. So, how many copies did Ghosts, let's see, of Tsushima sell in the first month? Let's see. Let's see. So Ghosts of Tsushima sold over 1.9 million digital units in the first month of sale, which was a record for a PS4 exclusive. The game also sold 2.4 million copies in its first 3 days, setting a new benchmark for first-party PS4 titles in Japan and worldwide. Okay, so this game sold about 5 million copies within the first month. Give or take. Maybe a little bit less. Like 4.5 million. It sold about 4.5 to, let's just say 4.5 to 5 million copies within the first month of the game going live, with a lot of it being in Japan. So if this game does not hit hard in Japan, if Yotei doesn't hit as hard as Tsushima did in Japan, there's going to be a big problem for this game. So it needs to sell decent in Japan, or better. If it could get better, that'll be great for the game, but we'll see. Get that thing off screen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot it was on screen. But yeah, it would have to sell. It would have to sell, I mean, at least equivalent, because the budget is higher. So, because everybody's salaries are fucking higher now, and it's like all of it's bloated. It's got to sell at least the same, I got to imagine, to be at a good starting point. But even if these games sell 5 million copies in the first month, it still doesn't make its money back. And it trickles down. It needs to sell at least 7 to 10 million copies and then eventually starts making money and it's become profitable, which it will get there. It will get there. It's only a matter of time. The game's going to get hoarded out eventually. It's going to go on sale. And that's how they pick up the remaining copies that they need to sell over the year or two. So it's going to make its money back. The question is, how fast is it going to sell at retail price, or are people going to wait for a major discount before they pick it up? That's really the main question here. I'll be very curious to see how this plays out, especially with all the backlash. So we shall see. We shall see how this goes. But in any case, you guys seem to carry pretty much the same sentiment. So Hound says, yeah, there's no point picking this up first day at all. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, and I don't know how many times I have to say this. Before I became a streamer, I would almost never buy a game day one. I swear to God, I would at minimum wait probably like a year, if not a little bit longer. I would have like a $10, $15 rule. Like if it wasn't $10 to $15, then I'm gonna wait until it became $10 to $15. Flat out. That's how it was for me. Because I just didn't see the point in buying almost any game day one for maximum price, knowing that it was gonna go on sale on Steam at least once out of the 4 major sales a year. Or how many major sales a year are there for Steam? Actually, I think there's more than that. I think it's going to be probably like 5 or 6. But regardless, we'll see. Kurakami says, what are you talking about? This game is going to be an absolute triumph with 3 million players, not sim in the first week, just like Shadows. Source, don't ask that. I love it. I love it. John D says, no wonder you really play Nintendo. Exactly, bro. Dude, Nintendo died with my childhood, man. Nintendo died with my old handhelds and whatnot. I have a $10 to $15 rule, bro. That's how I was for most video games. Steam has absolutely spoiled me in every regard. And I've openly admitted the only games that I've ever paid full price for are World of Warcraft expansions, Final Fantasy 11 expansions, basically my MMORPG expansions, because you had to, right? Like there's no way you cannot not buy the expansion. Like if you're going to continue, you have to buy the expansion. So I would buy the expansions at full price, obviously. And then any Final Fantasy game I would buy day one. Ironically, not anymore. And Diablo. And any Diablo game would be day one. So yeah, you got a Steam sale coming up. Which, by the way, Steam sale's coming up, guys. So you guys better pick up some fucking games for yourselves. Steam sale's coming up tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. You got the Steam Autumn sale starting tomorrow. So get some fucking games for yourselves, boys. Get some games for yourselves. Hopefully they whore out some fucking games. And see how it goes from there. All right, let's get to the next topic. Let me X this out really quick. Let's get this fucking creature off my screen. The Battlefield 6 trailer was amazing. God, you know what picture's horrible? I hate this picture, man. I'm just gonna show it really quick. I hate, like, this picture's so gay, bro. This picture's so gay. Like you know this girl does not give a fuck, right? She does not care. She only cares about what it allows her to represent. Yeah, God, it's terrible. It's awful. It's awful. All right, let me X that out. And let's go over to the topic about Sweet Baby Inc. This is going to be very important, ladies and gentlemen. Very important. Very, very important. So I'm gonna preface this a little bit. Jump scare. I'm sorry. Let's catch up. Actually, let's catch up on the supers. And then we're going to get into this topic about Winter Burrow. And the name is so ironic because they are burrowing themselves into the ground so fucking hard with the way they're trying to damage control their Steam forums and everything in their Discord and all that. It's interesting. It's interesting. Let's see. Dark Obsidian, thank you again for the $4.99 super sticker. Blanca, 4 months. If she's down to clown, ... Bro, I'm telling you, over half the people in the chat absolutely would. I'm one of them. So, Gaming Mason with a 2 would. Exactly. Thank you. UFO Mega with a 2. Clown Nussy is almost as good as Pandussy. Almost. All right, now you're crazy. Independent Corey with a 2. The toot horn for sure sold it for me. The ringtone was a nice touch. The ringtone was a nice touch. James Zob with a 2. Ring of lipstick on it. Facts. Independent Corey with a 2. Across a big university, this spells wrong. It sure does. It's a little sus. Paper Liger, 6 months. How many of the offended also grave dance on Charlie, I wonder? Probably a lot. Demon Carol with a 5. Coming from the same people who find the thumbs up offensive, they could get the fuck over it. I agree. Independent Corey with a 2. Question. Did the dance cause any harm? Fascists? Nope. But they pretend like it does. Rogue with a 2. The ones bad about Peacemaker hate windmills, lol. They sure do. And yet here we are. Independent Corey with a 2. I would have never seen that. They're obsessed. Yeah, I wouldn't have seen it either. But again, I don't watch the shows. So I don't understand the context of it. But even understanding the context of it after the fact, I still don't care. Because I think that's ridiculous. Raptor Kratos with a 5. I would have thought that they take parts from the intro dance number and made emotes out of that. Yep, I mean, that's usually how it goes, but I guess they didn't. UFO Omega with a 2. If you want horror, Cynthia Erivo should be the main character. Oh my God, no, stop it. That's horrible. That's horrible because they're you don't understand. Cynthia Erivo is that woman that constantly gets hired for everything. And if she gets into the gaming industry, she will start showing up in everything. And we don't need that. UFO Omega with a 2. Leon gonna hit him with that geriatric roundhouse. Facts. Our cuz with a 2. $2 timeout tax. Thank you. Saw the leash with an ARS 100. Do a cozy Resident Evil. Capcom. Do it for Hypnotic. So Resident Evil 9 is going to swing from full powerlessness a la Alien Isolation to Leon tapping that Chris Redfield energy and fight like Dante Sparta. Basically, which is, again, that's where I'm a little bit concerned. But it all depends on how it plays out. I also feel like it's going to fuck with the pacing of the game to go from a super horror element of the game to suddenly you're playing as Leon and you're destroying things. So I don't know. Louis C for 4 months. I'm Mexican and all I do is cut grass. Who cares, biche? Facts. Grateful Gamer, 15 months. But you can cut grass now. Hypno, that makes his game Ghosts of Mexican. Yo, Taco. That's crazy, bro. Stun the Leech with an ARS 100 from Goat of Tsushima to Gus of Sashimi. Sony, call me when Erika Ishii's character does dishes without giving lip about misogynies. Shout out to you, bro. And then last but not least, we got Toxic with a 269. Says Kate and Atreus walk into a bar. And it's a gay bar. It definitely is a gay bar for sure. It's sad because that's not even a joke. And then over on Rumble, let's go to Rumble really quick. We got, let me scroll down. We got Fear the Haggis with $1. So over these people, the Nazis co-opted the swastika was originally a protective sign. It's still used in India as such. There was an Indian woman in Oz named Swastika, and Uber refused to serve her. There you go. DJ Connor gives a membership to the channel. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. And we're fully caught up. Fuck yeah, bro. Nice. Nice. Let's fuck. Really quick, and then we're gonna get into it. Adam Juman snuck. I'm not Adam Juman. Adair Soto snuck one in. Adair Soto with a 20. Here we go. Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life. Mucha lucha. He says, I know what you mean, Hypno. This game will sell, but not the first one. And this game is $70. The first one was $60 game for a decent price. And I look between them, they're the same. The only difference is the characters. Exactly. And again, that's why I'm saying all these people who are shilling for this game are purposefully focusing on the superficiality of the game. They're focusing on the small things that nobody fucking cares about, that nobody focuses on for the most part. And they're doing it, and they're all pushing it at the same time to try to convince the masses that this game is totally different. Like, this is totally not a reskin Tsushima with a female protagonist. No, that's not what this is. Right? That's why they do it. They do that to try to convince. They're not trying to convince you because they know they can't convince you. They're trying to convince the normie that happens to come across their post with a Google SEO search. That's basically it. If somebody were to Google differences between Yotei and Tsushima, they're going to end up finding an article or a Twitter post or something talking about how you can now see more rocks or you can now cut grass. It's like, wow, that's great. Fantastic. It's totally different. Like, no, it's not. Anyway, all right, let's give some context about this really quick. So Winter Burrow is a game by Pine Creek Games. And it is a video game that has been worked on by SBI. Okay. Master the TDS has caught this a while ago and has made it known. And obviously people started questioning. And what happens when people start questioning? Well, you get banned, right? Because they think that, okay, well, it's just one person questioning. It's surely not going to happen again. Oh, it's just 3 people questioning. It's surely not going to happen again. All right, well, it's just 10 people questioning. I think that's going to be the end of it. And then before you know it, everybody's asking, and they're deleting it in real time. Mass deleting any question about SBI, mass banning anybody questioning about SBI, even Vera Dark, while she was editing, she caught it. She refreshed the tab and she realized that it got deleted as well. So we got a lot we got to talk about this game. We're going to go over Master the TDS. We're going to go over the Steam forums. We have a, this is a screen cap of the Steam forums. I am not refreshing it because as you can see, they have clearly lost control. They thought that they can start deleting it like crazy and that nobody was going to start asking these questions nonstop. Well, they realized that that's not exactly what's going to happen. So I'm going to leave it on this screen and refresh on the video and see if they deleted all these threads about SBI. But this was screen capped about an hour and change ago. So I'm sure these are all probably deleted by now. But again, I'm going to refresh it in the video. And I actually brought up like 1 or 2 of the posts to see what people are saying before it got deleted. Because again, I'm sure even Jay Viper's in here right now. So I got all that. And we got a post here again from Master TDS where it has been confirmed that the developers are banning people. It's not moderators. It's developers. Developers are banning people. So that means the people involved in this game are actively banning people. It's not a moderation team. It's the actual developers and their accounts on Steam. So there's a lot to uncover with this particular story. So we're going to get into it, guys. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the video game called Winter Burrow. It's a video game that is made by Pine Creek Games, and this game would otherwise get ignored by most people. Okay, it's a pretty prototypical, one of those cozy video games that would just come and go with the wind. But the reason why people are talking about this particular game is because, quite frankly, it was made with SBI. Yes, it was made with Sweet Baby Inc., and everybody knows it by now. Master the TDS and other people are all currently talking about this right now. Now, you probably ask yourself, well, why is this newsworthy, right? They're working with SBI. Okay, fuck them. Let's move on. Well, it's the fact that they're trying to do damage control. It's the fact that they're trying to hide their involvement with SBI. It's almost as if they're ashamed. How far they're going to hide it? Well, we're going to dive into it. Master the TDS has a post here, and shout out to Master the TDS for doing amazing work. He says the following: confirmed. Pine Creek Games is deleting any discussion on the Winter Burrow Steam forums that mentions their work with Sweet Baby Inc. They caught it in real time. Any comment, Pine Creek Games. Now, obviously, they're not going to comment, but if you look at this video, you can see that he's refreshing it, and they're literally deleting it in real time. Now, the funny thing is that it's been found out that the people who are deleting it are not even the moderation team. The people who are deleting it are actually the developers. There's another post here from Master TDS says, we now have confirmation that the banning on the Winterboro Steam discussion forums are being done by the developers themselves. Now, keep in mind, on the Steam forums, you have 3 different levels of moderation. Moderation number 1 can come directly from the developers. Moderation number 2 can come from moderators that are put in power by the developers. And moderation 3 is from Steam itself. Right? Steam itself, you can actually request Steam to help you moderate your forums if you are overloaded or whatever. They offer this to developers. So there are 3 different levels of moderation, and this particular one is coming from the developers themselves, which I find to be quite hilarious. Now, when we scroll down here, this says the author of the discussion was banned without reason permanently. Brimstone says they can confirm they are banning people. This was done in less than 2 hours. Ban and post taken down. Make sure to get Smash JT in this as well. You can see the screenshot here. You have been banned from the Winterboro Community Hub. You've been banned from the hub by a developer for your post, which says the following. Just to inform players, Sweet Baby Inc. has worked on this game. They will likely ban me for posting this, but players have a right to know. Ban reason, there was no reason given, and he was banned permanently, obviously. So it's so ironic that he said they will probably ban him for it, and they banned him. It's like, bro, you're proving them right. Even here, keep in mind, it's not just on the Steam forums. Master TDS has a video showcasing that they're getting banned from the Discord servers as well for the game. Master TDS says, I was just banned from their Discord server for simply asking about the disappearing discussion threads on Steam. If you look at this video here, you can see him asking on the bottom, hey, so are you guys deleting discussions on the Steam forums? And then lo and behold, not even just a couple of seconds later, he ends up getting immediately banned. He gets kicked out of the Discord server. So they're doing damage control not only on Steam, but also on the Discord server for this particular game. It is fucking wild. And then if you scroll down, it even happened to Vera Dark. She says, happened while I was editing. Had the tab up, refreshed, and poop. You can see here, let me press play again. She looks at the page right here, she refreshes, and it's gone. And you can see her, she smirks because, well, she knows exactly what happens, right? This happened to us the other day. I forgot what topic we were covering, but it happened to us the other day where I was looking on the Steam forums, and then I refreshed, and every thread that I was looking at disappeared in real time. It is literally hardcore moderation going on right now. So they don't want people knowing, right? It's pretty obvious they don't want people knowing. So what did I do? What anybody else would do. I went over to the Steam forums. And obviously what happens when gamers, when they try to silence gamers, that's never going to work, right? The moment you try to silence gamers, you can kiss your ass goodbye. And that's exactly what's going on here. Now, this particular screen that we're looking at right here has been up for about an hour and a half. I have not refreshed it because I have a feeling that if I refresh it, we're going to lose everything. So I wanted to look at the threads that were active because the forums are now being flooded, and rightfully so, right? It's a Streisand effect to the situation at hand. The first one is called SBI Slop Spotted. The second one, Sweet Baby Inc. worked on this game, and that's fine. That was from Master to TDS. Is this game launching as an early access title or full release? Why a cooperation with Sweet Baby Inc.? As a non-binary, don't purchase this game. Winterboro, another victim of SBI. Thanks for Sweet Baby Inc. Woke and Sweet Baby Inc. slop. Sweet Baby Inc. involved. Why? Don't buy this game when it comes out or play the demo, right? These people are destroying this game. Now, what I'm going to do is I have some of these threads open and active that we can actually read in 2 seconds, but I want to test this theory and see if by refreshing, if any of these disappear. So I'm going to refresh it right now. Wow. A lot of them disappeared. Holy crap. But there's some of them that were just posted right now, so obviously they're not going to disappear. But a lot of them disappeared. Holy shit. That's crazy. Gone. Gone. That's great. So we got some new ones here. Just now, Old Man Cad. What a legend. What a legend. Old Man Cad putting a post here. Sweet Baby Inc. involved in this game. But guys, again, I want people to realize when you are out here actively trying to suppress the voices of gamers That is never going to work. Like, you guys realize this is the biggest entertainment medium in the world. The moment you try to silence people from getting their opinion out, it is never going to work in your favor. You can threaten people all you want. You could do lawsuits all you want. At the end of the day, it's never going to work. People are going to get their voices heard. People are going to get their ideas out there. And all you could do is weather the storm. Or maybe, just maybe, be a little bit transparent and answer the questions. But the truth is they can't, right? When you work with a company like SBI, there are certain NDAs that I'm sure that are signed. There are certain contractual obligations that I'm sure are signed where they cannot speak ill or they cannot speak openly about the transaction that happened between the company. So I'm sure there's a reason why they can't speak out. But at the very least, you can make a PR statement that may or may not do anything, but you being silent and then mass banning people, mass deleting people, that's never going to be the answer. That's almost always going to result in failure, right? So again, I don't understand why they do this, but we all know why at the end of the day that they do. And it's just because it's all about protecting the image of the company and protecting and stopping people from getting information, stopping normies from getting information about this game that may or may not be interested in it. So with all that being said, let's see what Old Man Cat has to say. Is Sweet Baby Inc. involved with this game? I've heard some rumblings that Sweet Baby Inc. was involved with the development of this game. They were part of South at Midnight, and that didn't go well. Can you confirm this before I wishlist the game? Raven Rainfall says, I will not buy or support a Sweet Baby Stink game. Dark Exile says, oh, he must have just posted right now because it's awaiting analysis. So automated content check system. Yeah, I'm sure that's not going to go over well. Raven Rainfall posted just now, I will not buy or support a Sweet Baby Inc. game. Let's look at this one. Why a cooperation with Sweet Baby Inc.? I want to ask you with just one question, developers. Why are you cooperating with a company that wants its gamers gone? I see potential in your work and I really like your ambition, but deleting posts, threads, and comments to hide the truth won't help you. Sure, you will sell the game to people, but you could have had more. Was that so necessary? Is an agenda so important to you than just making a game for people to have fun with? People will remember this and they will remember you. Those who push their agenda won't remember you. They will go to their next goal to destroy it. And before you delete this thread, at least have the guts to answer my question. This is a really good post because it's true. It's true. The people who shill for stuff like SBI, they're just going to move on to the next thing, right? The moment it's over, they're going to move on to the next thing. They don't care about building something with you. They don't care about turning your game into the potential next Hollow Knight or something like that. They don't care. They just want to utilize you for your agenda and move on. That's basically it, right? And then they'll try to gaslight you and other people and say, well, these grifters, these haters, they were never going to play this game anyway. How do you know that? Because I've played multiple games of SBI and I've reviewed multiple of them and I was very fair to them. And I talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly with the game. And I kept all the politics out of the review like you're supposed to do. I know these other gaming journalists, they tend to struggle with that, but I kept all the politics out of the review and I only talked about the good, the bad, the ugly, and people still hate you for it anyway, right? But the funny thing is, at least we bought it. Versus the people out here who are pretending to be on your side, but they're so busy asking you for a free review code, they never want to give you the money for the game. It almost makes you wonder, why are you even bothering? Why are you giving the free review codes to the people who don't actually support you? Because you're retarded. That's really what it is. But in any case, let's go to the next one really quick. Actually, before we go to the next one, let's refresh. Is this gone? It's not gone. Wow, lucky you. Jay Viper says Sweet Baby Inc. involved. Why? I was wondering what the extent of Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement was in this game. I understand they worked on it. Is this true? If not, ignore or just, meet, whatever. Let me know. I don't understand what they would bring to the table given all the controversy and game failures in their wake, tied directly to their inability to create functional, interesting storylines. Thanks. Please, no ban. Well, here's one thing I will say. When it comes to game development, right? Unfortunately, game development takes a long time. So the sad truth is that a lot of these video games that are involved with SPI, they were involved with SPI prior to the backlash, right? So, for example, Tales of Kanzera Zhao was involved with SPI prior to the backlash, but the backlash hit, he didn't say anything, and his game got cooked for it. It is what it is, right? Like, at least you need to make a statement. You need to say something, right? If you see a company that you're working with suffering massive amounts of backlash, you need to say something, right? You need to be clear and transparent with people and say, hey, you know, we have a contract with them prior to the situation at hand. You know, after this game launches, we will potentially look at our future relationship with them going on in the future. You know, whatever. Just say something. Don't be quiet and then just go mass deleting people and mass banning people, because that's fucking stupid, right? That's never gonna work. Nice knowing you, soldier. Everybody's expecting Jay Viper to get banned. You will get your proof in a minute when you get permabanned. Don't worry. Well, I love that. So again, in any case, ladies and gentlemen, this is a pretty serious situation, and it's sad, man, because these are the kind of games that are one of those slow hitting games, right, where people end up trying it out. I think the art style looks really cool personally. You know, I know it's not for everybody, but I like this almost like children's book kind of cartoon style where you're almost like playing through a book. I think that's really fucking cool, and it might have been something that I could have experienced in the future, you know, when I have some downtime and wanted to fuck around with, but a little bit too cozy for me. But still, you never know. And at this point, though, I think a lot of people have their decisions made for them. That's really what it is. People have when you make the decision for the person, you just lost a sale for no reason. And I don't understand why you're even doing that, right? This is the only industry where they're okay with losing money. This is the only industry where they're okay with having less sales. It's the only fucking industry that I know of where developers are actively saying that they want less sales, that they want their company to perform less, and then have the audacity to complain about layoffs, and then have the ultra audacity to try to demand a fucking union to protect their jobs. This is the only industry that I see people say, I'm okay with less sales as long as I'm not being supported by who I think are Nazis. And then they get less sales, their jobs end up they get fired, and then they complain on their LinkedIns and their social medias, and they have hashtag ready to work for like 6 months while they leech unemployment and severance. It's like, you guys are, oh my God, you're so stupid. It's the only industry, I swear to God, man, that they do this stuff. But anyway, you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this entire situation with this particular video game? You know, were you thinking about buying this game? Again, this is not something I would normally buy, but maybe I have viewers that would buy something like this. So were you thinking about buying this and now you're checking out? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Fucking stupid people, man. That is never the answer. I hope that people understand that, but I'm sure they never will. That is never the answer. It is never the answer to say nothing and then mass ban people. That is never the answer. But you know what? They do it every time. And you know what's funny? It's always an SBI game that this happens with. You guys notice that? Every time a video game gets discovered to have SBI involved, they go on a mass banning spree, mass deleting spree, all that stuff. It's almost as if that's the feedback they get from SBI. Chances are these developers, when they get the hate in their forums, right? When they get the hate in their Steam forums, they probably reach out to SBI and they're like, hey, what do you think we should do about this? And Kim Belair is like, just ban them. What do you mean just ban them? These are potential customers. What do you mean just ban them? That's what I would say. Like, what do you mean? These are customers. They'd be like, no, just ban them. Ban those Nazis. You know? It's fucking weird, man. Anyway. Yeah, they're definitely coached. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. All right. We are, let's see. We are fully caught up on everything. Thank you guys so much for the insane support today. It's been wild. I saw somebody ask. No doubt about it. Especially since we have a brand new champion. We're going to do Waifu Battle. Really quick, shout out to all you guys who are watching for the topics. I thank you. I stream every day, Sunday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hypnocast, don't miss it. We cover a lot of things all throughout the day. We have fun while we're doing it. And I hope you guys enjoyed yourself while you were here. Thank you, Vera Dark, for the raid. Thank you, Sevi, for the raid as well. We got double teamed by the ladies, one blonde, one ginger. Thank you guys, ladies. I appreciate it. we're gonna get into the waifu battle now, guys. So if you don't like titties, if you're a little bit gay, or if you like grandmas,
Good job, Daddy, not going on that incel show. I'm gonna buy you that Switch too now.
then I will see you on the next one, hopefully. Otherwise, it is time to do the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go and let's have some fun. All right, boys, waifu battle is here. If you guys missed the last waifu battle, holy shit, was it wild. It was a wild waifu battle. But Nami finally got dethroned. Finally got dethroned, and Raven from Stellar Blade was the one who did it. Raven from Stellar Blade is the one who took down Nami. So let's get into the rules of engagement before we bring out the challenger that is going to go up against Raven. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way that it is going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You gotta put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It doesn't matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact and you put the name of the waifu you forgot to put the first time first, and then I will make it count. Rule number 2. I wonder how Smash AT feels seeing Raven as it's traumatic. I'm sure it's traumatic. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu, regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Raven, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We don't. We don't understand a fucking thing. Let's be real. Let's be real. Nobody understands the rules. Exactly. Nobody understands the rules, damn it. All right, boys. Today, we're going to be bringing back, I believe she was a former champion, but I felt like bringing her back just because, I don't know. I want to see how I just want to see how she could do. All right, I want to see how she could do. I feel like her first run wasn't exactly as fully fledged. You know what I'm saying? So this particular challenger, I understand we lost Nami. I get it. But since we lost Nami, why not introduce someone else who may or may not be a pirate? All right, ladies and gentlemen. The challenger that's going to go up against Raven is going to be none other than the one and the only Misfortune from League of Legends, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be the one and only Raven, or is it going to be Misfortune? The names are on the bottom. The names are on the bottom. Let's find out who is it going to be. Make your voices heard. Somebody said Moxie Dame in a pirate bikini. Oh my god. Seriously? Seriously? I'm not surprised. Zebin Cross has made his prediction. He has made his prediction. Hold on. Raven wins. Zebin Cross has spoken. Zebin Cross has spoken. Says Raven wins. That's it. Zebin Cross has decided. They have decided. I don't know if he's going to be accurate, but we'll see. Demon Carol with a 5 says Raven just picked up Stellar Blade, and we'll get to it once I 100% Ninja Gaiden Black 2. Very nice, sir. Very nice. Very nice. Toxin with a 2 says misfortune makes my tower bust. Oh, I says blowout for Raven. All right. So we just making assumptions. Sheepsidian with a 2 says Raven, and then a shit emoji. The fuck? Make that make sense. How you gonna say Raven with the shit emoji? Make that make sense, bro. Mystic Vegeta with a 2 says misfortune. Thanks for the 2 call out earlier. Shout out to Mystic Vegeta, no problem. Thank you so much for the 2, man. I appreciate that. And then we got Crash Collins with a 2 says misfortune because justice for Nami. Oh shit. Is misfortune going to be the justice for Nami? Hashtag justice for Nami. Is that what's going to be? Are the Nami fans going to vote for misfortune just to screw over the Raven fans from Stellar Blade? Is that what's going to happen right now? I guess we'll find out. Dark Exile with a 10 says Clippy. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. There's no Clippy waifu. I keep telling you guys, man. Why would you want Clippy to be a waifu? Why would you want to desecrate the legacy? The legacy that is none other than Clippy. Like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? Come on, boys. Don't do that. Miss Molly with a 249 saying Raven. All right. I see you, Miss Molly. I see you. Sheepsidian with a 2. Revenge for when you dropped the emoji on me, Raven. So, did you just Vince McMahon me? Hold on. Am I understanding this right? Did Sheepsidian Vince McMahon me? He's pooping on my head? What? Now of all? That's crazy, bro. Chad says get Vinced. That's crazy. Why is get Vinced even a thing? What? Democulus with a 5 says Raven. She gave Smash JT boss PTSD. She really did. I feel like if Smash was here right now, he'd probably lose his fucking mind. He'd probably freak the fuck out. He'd be like, no, get her off. All right, boys. Misfortune's coming off screen. It's a really close race right now. We got a really light waifu battle going on right now. No heavy hits. It's anybody's game. Let's bring out the one and the only Raven. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Raven, the champion, or is it going to be Misfortune, the pirate? Let's find out, boys. Let's find out. Smash PTSD. Did you like it, though? No. Vince McMahon treatment is bad. I know, right? And it's crazy. It's coming from a friend. Sheep City, I thought we were friends. And this fucking guy, is shitting on my head. It's crazy. Laughing Man does not care about us, boys. He only cares about that McDuggins clip. That's it. Sadness. That's okay. We still love Laughing Man anyway. Sheepsidian with a 2 says Raven. Name first because I'm Tard McMahon. Fair. But we still accept you anyway. Like we say all the time, you're the only normal one out of all of us. He's shitting on your head with love. There's no such thing, bro. There's literally no such thing. Like, who says that? I'm gonna shit on your head with love. Like, who says that, bro? That's crazy. Can you imagine Brock Lesnar shitting on your head? Because that's what Vince McMahon made happen. It's unacceptable. How can anyone vote for Redhead when you got a Raven like that? Did you see Redhead? Misfortune was banging. What are you talking about? That was an amazing Misfortune picture. Incredible, actually. That sounds like a terrible niche fetish porn quote. I know. It's so bad. There is such a thing. It's called Cleveland Steamer. Oh, man. Of course, Toxin would know the terms for every disgusting thing imaginable. At least Sheep didn't use mods on Silk Song. Oh! Damn. Damn. Kata getting called out hard right now. Ouch. Zevin Cross with a 10. Raven remains champion, and that's the bottom line because I said so. Oh, so we just got wrestling fucking we just got wrestling quotes happening all day today, huh? Is that what we're doing? We got wrestling quotes all day, huh? Stone Cold. I guess so. Kata's busy installing mods right now. Sheep City with a 2 says Raven, I don't mod until after I beat the game. I guess that's fair. You got to beat the game first the way it's intended. Then you mod it afterwards, you know? You mod it afterwards. Holy shit, guys. This waifu battle's way too close for comfort. All it's going to take is one chair shot if we get any. And it's going to sway the vote one way or another. Neither waifu has any big lead right now. This is nerve-wracking. This is highly concerning. This is highly concerning. I guess we're going to find out what's going to happen. This is highly, highly concerning. We have two badasses on screen. It should not be this close. At least not in this manner. I guess we'll see. All right, boys, here we go. Raven's coming off screen. And it's now time to do the final countdown. Who is going to win? It's anybody's game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The last super chats that are going to count is Barry Dixon Butts with a 5 for Raven. I just put it away, but I'll bring it back out for her. Sheep Cityan with a 2 for Raven. Shout out to Sheep. And Crash Collins with a 5 over on Rumble for Miss Fortune. Shout out to Crash Collins. Thank you for that, bro. All right, mods, count it up. It shouldn't take too long. Count it up. Feed the Ducks, feed the Eagles. And let me know who won this waifu battle, man. Blackguard with a 5 says Raven. The cream rises to the top. Oh, yeah. Holy shit, Blackguard. Holy shit. This guy. Crash Collins says no chairs. Yep, no chairs. People were light today, I guess. They were light today. That's okay. It happens. You feel Raven has the slight edge? Yeah, I think Raven got this one for sure. But we shall see. We'll see how that goes. Gotta wait for the numbers. Feed the cucks? Bro, come on. You got the wrong stream for that, bro. Everyone tapped out on Nami? Probably. That's probably what happened. Everybody went crazy. Yeah, like yesterday, it was an insane... I mean, not yesterday, on Friday. It was an insane waifu battle on Friday. Fucking crazy. Crazy. In the meantime, let me give a special shout out to fucking No Hearts Left, the legend. No Hearts Left. Let me lower the music a little bit. He says, sorry to ask you this. What AI did you use for the Atreus and the Guild video and the animated blonde hair intro clip about to do? Not care how long the intro is. What do you call it? I use Google VO3, but I use the highest tier of it. You have to subscribe to get the highest tier of it to get that kind of like detail. So it's like $220 something a month or something like that. No Hearts Left gifted Dragon Quest treasures. Shout out to No Hearts Left. Thank you so much for that gift, brother. I appreciate that. You're a fucking legend, bro. And then he says, I'm going to downsize my wish list to give more games when the winter sale comes. Bro, don't ever downsize your wish list to give me more games, bro. Like, just buy yourself games. buy yourself games, man. He gifted Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. The autumn sale is literally tomorrow on Steam. So buy yourselves some games. Don't worry about me. I appreciate it if you gift games as always, but focus on yourselves, man. Are the numbers in? The numbers are not in. All right. Time to feed the ducks again. Feed the ducks. Yeah, I use VO3. VO3. No, I mean Toxin, I use it to create a whole bunch of other clips. The thing is, I'm trying to make new clips for everything. I actually made one for membership bangers, but it didn't come out exactly how I wanted it to. So I got to redo it. But I have the clip. I can show you. I can show you. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? Hold on. Right here.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Pretty cool, except he starts floating at the end like he's possessed, and then he falls into the crowd and disappears. so still,
Holy shit!
A little nerve-wracking, you know. But in any case, I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm gonna keep working on it. It was close enough. That's the charm, though. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Who do I like better, WWE or AEW? I never liked AEW. No offense to AEW. But to be fair, I didn't like modern day WWE. I heard they made some changes. I started watching Raw again on Netflix, but I'm not like super into it, so it just is what it is. Did T-Jap die? Do we have nobody counting? Or are the numbers super close? The numbers might be super close. Either that or nobody's counting. Let me see. Did T-Jap say he's going to bed? Let me check. He might be going to bed. Let me see. He didn't say he was going to bed. He did not say he's going to bed. T-Chap saw Sonya's titties and passed out. Holy shit. That was funny. He's sabotaging? Probably. All right, so I guess I'll count. Fuck it. I'll count. I can count really quick. That's okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do the math right now. We got 5 for Raven. 249 Raven. 2 for Raven, 2 for Raven, 2 for Raven. Goddamn, sheep. 10 for Raven. Pretty much everything's for Raven except for 1 for a 2 for Misfortune on YouTube. And then Rumble Misfortune with a 5 and a 2. And then a 5 for Raven. Damn. This wasn't close at all. Fuck. All right. The winner and still Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only Raven, ladies and gentlemen. She blew her out, man. Misfortune only got like $9. Damn. What happened? Let's do it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Brutal. Small fortune, yeah. Seriously. All is right in the world. That's crazy. Miss Molly says agreed. Facts. And on that note, I don't think anybody's coping and seething, but we're playing it anyway.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, for the waifu battle. Raven's going to go backstage where she will face off against another waifu tomorrow on Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss it. It's going to be a great time, as always, boys. All right, man. Listen, shout out to everybody for the amazing stream. This was a lot of fun. We got to cover a lot of fun topics. Thank you, everybody, for liking, commenting, spamming the chat, super chatting, gifting memberships. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single day, except for tonight, apparently. I appreciate you as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay to the end for the raid. Stay to the end for the raid. But until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you can't.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
The dog or her cat was named Vagina. Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Suck in the undertones, put a ticket in, make her lady gay. Fuck it, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, sweetie, and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day Californian shit! Even though we fucking know, 'cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.